Hey everyone, thanks for clicking on the video. I know it's been a really long time. I've been doing track. I throw shot put and discus, so I've been busy with that, and then also FFA contest season. But all that's over now. So hopefully I should be able to keep up on the videos a little bit better. But now, showing season's starting. I have 2 show pigs, and I'm going to be working this summer with some livestock judging type stuff. So I'll still be busy, but hopefully I'll be able to keep up on the videos a little bit better and keep bringing you guys some content on what we're doing. In the last 2 weeks, we've had about 12 inches of rain. We've only been able to be in the field a day or 2 at a time, and it's made it really slow to get all the corn in. But we're nearing the end, and so hopefully I'll get some footage of the rest of corn planting, and you guys will be able to see that process. So you'll see us working on chiseling the ground in this video, which was taken a few weeks ago. Here is our second chisel hooked up to the Steiger. We got the first one ready already, and they are a little bit different. I'm sure you guys might be wondering, why in the world would you have 2 chisels? Well, you can see there's a difference. This one has discs on the front. This one doesn't. This would be considered like a disc chisel, where this would just be a normal chisel plow. And then the other thing is that the older International chisel that does not have discs actually has a few more shanks than what the newer Glencoe Soil Saver disc chisel has. And so if we can, we like to use the International just because it gets more ground worked up. However, the disc chisel has its place, like after corn stalks. The discs really help break the corn stalks and kind of, tear them up into more pieces, and so then the corn stalks break down faster. So they both have their place, but where we're planting corn on corn, we'll be using the disc chisel versus just the regular chisel plow. So let's go get it ready. Well, we got this chisel hooked up and everything, and I'm just gonna look over it and make sure everything looks fine, looks like it should. Both tires have 30 psi at least in them. Just looking over everything. All these discs look fine. Hoses, everything here looks fine. The points, the front ones are a little bit more worn than the back ones, which just happens because they're the initial pass and they hit the ground a little bit harder, and they probably dig a little bit deeper, but that's normal. But the front points and back points both, they look fine, at least for the first 80 to 100 acres. I think they'll be able to roll fine. Both tires I think were new last year. I blew both of them out while working ground last year, but all these discs look fine, all the springs look fine. All the taps and everything to hold the springs on the top of the shanks, they all look fine, look tight. So now we have to grease everything. Well, here's an issue. This is the cylinder stop, so whenever I lift the chisel up, I can flip it down. The machine won't be able to settle any, but there's a rock in it, so we'll get that hammered out. I kind of grease things in order or in sets, so every moving part on this part right here I'll grease. So this is part of how the discs move up and down, in case there's anything for them to go over. So I'll go ahead and I'll grease everyone on the front, and then there's one on the back of every bracket, and I'll grease all of those, and then we'll move on to the next part. Give each of these 15, you can see the grease is just starting to come out right there. So that looks good. Okay guys, we got all the front discs section all greased. So now I'm gonna move to everywhere that pivots around the wheels and, you know, everything that helps lift the machine up. All right, we got everything around the wheels and the lifting pieces all greased. The only other thing on this machine is right up here, you adjust kind of the tongue as to, and then that adjusts everything behind on the machine as to how deep it digs, how level it is, all that kind of thing. So that's just kind of what I call the miscellaneous grease zerks. They're not big, they're not crazy important, they are just there. So that's always kind of the last thing I grease with the miscellaneous grease zerks. Alright, we got that all greased. The tractor's already been greased and all checked out and taken care of. So this piece of equipment should be ready to go, rock and roll, and get some field work done. Well, hey guys, look what we're doing. That's right, we started Tillage 2024. This is the chisel place. Told me to get it ready earlier, and it's about 6:15, I believe, and we actually got out tonight. Like I said, I was hoping for tomorrow morning, but we for once had something good happen. No, I'm just kidding. We got good things happen all the time. It just doesn't seem like it, but we got out here early, so can't beat that. And we're getting this ground chiseled up. You can see I'm leaving a strip over there by the road because there's a waterway between here and the road, and Dad's gonna push the trees out and with the dozer, and then fill the waterway in, and that way we can plant corn clear up to the road. The waterway's kind of useless now. I'm just leaving space so he has room to do that, and then same thing down here. There's another waterway, and we'll pick up and turn. Line ourselves back up and drop her down. Throttle back up. We're good. Anyways, what I was saying back there's another waterway, and we'll smooth that out a little bit. I don't believe we're gonna fill it in, but then hopefully we can plant corn right up in front of the old house. And then the goal is that next year we have the old house and all the sheds taken out, and we'll plant corn clear through all that ground right there. But anyways, I'm just happy we're getting ground worked up here and getting it ready to get corn planted. Same thing down here on this end of the field, the opposite end. We're coming up here to the road, and out here you can hopefully kind of see there is a bunch of white chat, kind of gravelly stuff down there, and then there's the well, and so we're having to leave some room back here because there won't be anything growing gravel. We're gonna have to get that. It came up out of the hole where they drilled the well. We'll have to get that and probably put it in the bottom of that pond we're filling in, and then we will still have to leave some room down there around the well and everything, just so we have room to get down there and check the well and all that kind of good stuff. And we have a parking spot there for grain trucks and semis whenever we start harvesting here next fall. So we'll have some obstacles down there forever, but that's okay, because that's making us money out here whenever we get this field irrigated. Well guys, we worked for an hour. I think we got probably close to 10 acres done, just the one end of that field, because before we can do the rest we must get the top of this berm knocked down, which is actually where we laid the water line and filled the dirt back in. It hasn't all settled down in the hole yet, so we need to knock that down. And you can see here's the end that we got worked up. Looked pretty decent, I think. It's very dry, kind of concerning. Probably need to get some rain on it before we can plant corn in it, but I think it looks all right. So we're gonna park the tractor. We'll be done for the day. Well, hey there, guys. It is the next day. We chiseled down there a little bit last night, and if you remember me talking about the berm that needed to be leveled off over the water line, well, that's what we're getting ready to go do. I'm in the loader tractor. Grandpa has the 40-20 in the blade in front of me, and we're on our way down to get that done, and then hopefully I'll be able to chisel for a little while. So we had a tire on this Steiger. The sidewall blew out on it the other day, so Dad got a new tire for it here. But you can see right here, it's not completely seated down there. As to, like right here, you can see it's a lot further out on the rim. So because of that, the tire's been leaking a little bit, and I believe it's been leaking because of that. It's letting some air out there around the bead, but I'm gonna go ahead and check it here. If it is leaking, you can see there behind me on the trailer, we brought down our handy dandy gas powered air compressor, so it won't be a big deal if it does need a little bit of air. Well, it's got less than 10, so we'll go ahead and we'll get her pumped up. I'm gonna fill the tire up to 18. That's what we run all the tires on this tractor at, 18 PSI. We run all the tires on this tractor at 18, but I think I'm gonna pump it up to 20 and see if then maybe while we work the ground balance on the tire a little bit, if a few more pounds of pressure won't help the tire seat around the bead a little bit. You can see here, going up there, it's not been bladed yet. Coming down here, Grandpa's bladed it. So we want to leave the dirt on top, so because it'll eventually settle down into the trench, but it won't settle down before we need to get this corn planted. So we're gonna knock the top of it off just enough so we can get over it with the tractors and planter and tillage equipment. Alright guys, I got you set up on the tripod, so I'm gonna hop in and get started chiseling, and I'll set you guys up on a time lapse. So hope you enjoy.
got the first, well, it's an 80, but 15 of it is like house slash barnyard area. So the first 65 acres down here chiseled, other than the ends, because we're gonna wait and get these stumps all pushed out here by the road. Anyways, but we pretty well got it done. So thank you for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Be sure to like the video and subscribe while you're at it. It really does help us out, and I really enjoy spreading the information about the real farming world with consumers like you guys. So if you have any questions, don't forget to drop them in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys. Bye.